Hello, everybody, and welcome to the last day of our daily creative challenge. It is Friday. It is Valentine's Day. There's love in the air, and I'm just like so happy that this journey is coming to an end. But at the same time, just because there's just so much more to do after this. I want to continue pushing my project. And I'm just really grateful that everyone's here in the chat. We got Richard, we got Jack, we got Cornelian, Tim always holding it down. Everybody is just in love with today because it's Valentine's Day. I mean, I'm gonna go after this and have dinner with my family, and it's gonna be amazing. So thank you for being here. If you are just joining us and wondering what we're doing here, this is the Daily Creative Challenge. This is our last day of the challenge, so you're gonna get a little bit of a taste of what we've been doing. And to show you where you're gonna go for all of this rich information is behance.net/challenge/XD. And you're gonna take the challenge, you're gonna get a daily challenge that is gonna pop up in this page every day. Join the community, watch me, watch the next person that's gonna do the stream, and then show your work. It's really simple, and it's all detailed there for you. And today, so you can see all the past challenges we've done. We've done a lot of work. And then you're gonna see today's challenge, which is sharing. You're gonna get the file, and sharing is caring. So that's perfect for today, right? Get this, download the file, and then once you have that file, you'll be able to watch the video if we're doing it today, so you don't have to do that. Subscribe to our challenges so you get notified, which is awesome. And then if you don't have XD, please download it and try it out. It's completely free to use, powerful tool at your fingertips, super accessible. And also be sure to join the community because this is where everything happens. There's 1,000 people online today. There's just so many people here for you, rich information to learn about what we're doing here in the Creative Challenge. And look at all these projects, such amazing work. I'm gonna review projects at the end, but this is where you wanna go. The current challenge is the channel you wanna be. You can see past challenges, and then you can see the 5-minute challenges that Howard gives. Just really great resources for you, like the mentors here. Always feel free to send messages if you have questions. And so that's our community. I think one of the shining lights of this challenge is being able to just have this as your resource. And you can do it if you're working in progress. It's a great place for that. And then final designs is something that you'll post on Behance. So let's get into the file. So I have something a little different than you. I've done some homework and I've done some work leading up to this. This is around day 9's challenge is sharing. So we've synthesized all the work we've done. If you have followed the challenge like I have every day, you have picked a concept from last week and then you've iterated on it. You created a onboarding experience for that specific experience that is for that app you chose. And then you're creating a user profile and then you prototyped it. And now it's time to share to the world. So we are going to take it further. If you do, I urge you, even before posting or after posting, is test this. Hi, Anna, thanks for joining us. Is post your work and get more feedback on a more broader scale. My inspiration, I really love the project from Julie Sandusky and Bartek Jaworski, who are contributors to Behance. And if you have time, view their work. They have really great ideas on how to structure your layouts for your case studies. Good Neighbors, such a great project. Inspired my food waste concept. Julie Sandusky did a great job at laying out her thought process. And if you have more research, this is a great template for that. So definitely search in your Behance for case studies, and there's a lot of great stuff there for you. So those are just some of my inspirations that I was carrying on into this. I have some, as I always do, some interaction design tips for you. So this is a place for tips and tricks, learning the possibilities if you're new, and then being able to just experiment with such a really cool tool. And so yeah, definitely check out those links for insights on why sharing is important in design. So I've kind of went ahead and done some work before. What I'm going to do for everybody that is in this chat, anybody that's been following me on the stream or views this and knows it exists, I'm gonna make this a template available for you, and I'm gonna post that to Discord later on after the stream. So that way you can have some inspiration for you to structure your files for the future too. And it's all about synthesizing what you have. And the topic of this isn't to design this live, it's to share it with you. Just to kind of show what I'm doing here, I wanted a little app icon. Always giving like a hero image is very important. That way, people are really inspired by just a pretty image. And sometimes this is gonna sell it a lot. So you put your two heroes on some like really cool devices. And my advice is look for mockups. I have one that I found on Behance, and it is called Flying iPhone Mockups, and it's a Photoshop file that you can then take in here and put your files in, and it comes out like this. So it's pretty cool. And then we have, hi Amer, thanks for joining us today again. I'm glad you're here. It's okay if there's a oops in the world. The challenge was design an interface for a home climate controller app that detects temperature and air quality. So we know that. I left this blank because I'm going to design this live. So I'm going to show you some really the power of what you could do with masks and being able to just incorporate your screens into these, like, another hero. This is like a sub hero. Oh, let me close that. This is like a sub hero for your experience. Because like we like the shiny things too. Things have to work great, but they also have to feel great. So you have like a splash image. You have, and I numbered these when I exported them, so that way I can like keep track. And 1, 2, see 3. That's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, so I'm just going through here and following my numbers and just putting stuff in like that. I want to put my main experience, highlighting that for, where's 5? 5 I could put over here, and then 6 is going to be here, and then, let's see, 7 I can put down here, and then I got 8 there, and this is just dropping them in. These are masks. So I'm going to give this tool to you, or this template at least, and you can do with it what you will, and it'll be yours to keep. So that's just kind of like the what I wanted to show you in terms of like how to just like quickly drop in masks and to like maybe have this in a really cool way. And we have it straight on right now, but I group that, and then I just like do a little rotate. Let me get the shape behind there too. Let's see, how do I do that? Open my layers. I got a rectangle there. I got to group that in there. Add that to this. Send it to the back. All right, now what I'm going to do is just kind of rotate this. Yeah, that looks cool. And this one could be a little bit more abstract because you have more information for folks down below, and this is just like a little teaser. So I think these are like really cool to do as teasers for your viewers, just to kind of entice them to want to view your project. Like that, okay? And so you have colors and typography. I had all that, and tell a little story about why you did the things you did. iPhone mockups are a tricky thing. I just searched on Behance, just search iPhone mockup, and you're gonna get a bunch. Some of them are kind of weird places, but you'll find some good ones. You can pay for services like Angle. Angle's a plugin that has like a bunch of different mockups for you, but it can get kind of expensive, and I'm kind of cheap, so I like to stick to things that are free. I had all my images, I put them in here, so like detailing the onboarding, what we did. Onboarding is your first impression. They help users understand the core features of the app and establish a tone. They can either inspire or detract from use, so very important there, right? So then I highlight 4, real-time air quality index, and telling you what it is. Particles app gathers air quality data from most purifiers on the market. This is like a hypothetical thing, right? So TVOC is the technology plus TM2.5 and CO2 sensors. They all report. So we're able to just gather all that data and report it in with our app. So the indoor air quality versus the outdoor air quality, and why that's important to have both of them to juxtapose inside versus outside. The settings and user preferences. I didn't update the language on this. I need to. So I'll update the language on that to show more of why my decisions for settings and preferences went the way they did. And then this is something fun. And I'm just kind of give you a little insight into how I work with my videos and the videos that I create. So I actually use Keynote. I know we're going outside of Adobe, but use what you have and use what you're comfortable with. So I created a mask, and this is this layer, and just to kind of show you what it does, I'll put a shape back there. Oop, that's not what I want to do. Get rid of that. I accidentally activated the guides, and I didn't need them. Send this to back. And if I change this color, say red, so you could see through it, right? This is like a see-through mask shape. So I put, and I'm gonna give this to you so you have that for you as a resource. I put it in Keynote, and I record my prototype using this snazzy little button up here when I record my experience that I wanna like have a happy path, and then I just put it into Keynote and play it, and it works. And so that's how I use it, and you use your layers in Keynote for that too. So just kind of seeing my process and how I create videos. So I'll give this template to you too, but I have the finished version of it already. And then number 6 is just kind of showing my process. I didn't get to do the user flow. I probably will on when I actually post this, is like all the screens connected. And that's something that I want to just share with you. It is very important to show process and user flow. If you don't have wireframes, at least show how your decision making is for across your experience. We didn't have time to do wireframes for this one. I highly recommend them. They really, really quicken up your experience so you have to iterate less. So I included my previous designs and contrasting how they turned out at the end. And then you might want to do like a little thank you at the end. So what I'm going to do now is share to Behance my project. So let's start doing that. So I really like this one. This one came out really cool, right? So I'm gonna export. So that's the other thing, is how you export files is really important. 1400 seems to be what Behance likes. And always feel free to just like try it and then like remove it from Behance. It doesn't have to be permanent, right? And I know I have to update this, but I will later. I just want to do it for this demo. So export selected, and if you have any other questions, I'm just looking for questions here. My eyes are kind of bad sometimes. I don't design my own mockups. There's a ton of people that make some really cool ones, and I would like to one day, but I haven't. So yeah, mockups is I downloaded those. There's a bunch of them. Just Google them. So also, where am I saving this? Adobe Live. There you go. Just pardon my mess here, and we're not on day 8, but that's where I'm saving stuff. Oh wait, let's do another one. Let's do this. Default day 9. Okay, export all of my designs, and we'll see how they come in. Oh, not my calendar. Okay, so I'm on my Behance page now, and let's go here, duplicate. Okay, so go to your file and create a new one. Create a project. Oh, I could just done it there. So create a project. We kind of know this, right? Upload, and then I have it on day 9. I created day 9. I have my hero. Always good to have your hero image. And you can design live in Behance too, but I'm sure, like most of you, it's kind of easier just to do them after. I didn't number these. Sometimes numbering them is really helpful. Right, so you put my little that right there. And again, I am one of those like open source style designers. Like I do believe that there's no such thing as an original idea, and if you are super guarded about your ideas, you're kind of in the wrong business, because art and design is just a bunch of just iterations on top of inspirations. And I was inspired by a bunch of things to create this template, and I'm just going to share it with you so that way you have it too, because why not, right? It's all about building this community together. So I skipped one, which is fine, because then I can just go in here and put 3. Oh, let's see, where is it? Are you it? Yeah, you are it. Onboarding. 3, 4. It's so easy to use when you design it in XD first, right? Let's see, onboarding. They all say onboarding, of course, because I duplicated them. I'll clean them up for you before I send it to. Before I give this to you, I'm not going to just give you my sloppy stuff. I'll clean it up for you. Like this. This should be updated, but just for this demo, I'll put it in there so it looks pretty. It's better than placeholder copy. Lorem ipsum is my worst enemy. I think you guys noticed that. Okay, so I don't need that one. And get rid of that. Okay, so I got settings, and then the last one is, so we have iterations. That's this one. Okay. And I have to throw in my video. So I'm gonna put that up here, and I have that in my previous day. Let's share it. Yeah, I will share this on Discord, and then once I perfect it and get it a lot more nicer and like clean it up better, then I'll put it as a UI kit on my Behance so other people can get it, and you can refer people to go get it. I just really want to like say thank you for everybody that has been part of the Discord channel this whole time. I've been trying my best to give feedback as much as possible. You know, it's hard when you just have life, and so I was trying to be there as much as possible, giving feedback. So I want to reward that with just like a little piece of UI kit that I created, just to have as something that is important for me too. Like this is also something that I've been meaning to do, and now I'm able to share it with you. Let's see. So I want to save this, and I need to throw like a thank you message and maybe put some information about like me and how to get in contact. I will do that too. I'll update this later, but I just want to show you how this works if you haven't done this part yet, because I do want to see everybody's projects up on Behance. That would be ideal, right? I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna edit this. Oh wait, I think that looks good. Yeah, hey, look at that. Look at that, that looks good. Project title. Particles. And then basic info, creative fields, very important in interaction design. So I don't know if you know that, like I studied interaction design at, I didn't share this with you actually. I went to CCA, California College of the Arts. I studied interaction design, so I, self-taught also, but at the same time, I did learn, in a system, in a design school. So don't feel like you can't do this without a design school education. I feel like there's plenty of room in this world for brilliant minds, and just by all means, don't feel limited by a lack of education, because you can self-teach. I'm not the best self-teacher, so I had to get structure. I'm kind of, oh wait, this is not the project description. The project description is here. Yeah, I'm more like a learner by investing thousands of dollars. I didn't want my money to go to waste, so I held myself accountable by making myself not feel like I'm wasting my money. I know it's strange, but we are humans, and humans are strange. So I have XD Daily Challenge as the tag. Make sure to do that so we can see where it comes from. I want to collaborate with, no, I'm not gonna do that. Teams, teams. No, I think that's good actually. So I could save that and continue. Actually, I'm just gonna publish that. Continue, publish. And it might take a few minutes to publish, but there it is. It is up. You can always edit it, which is fantastic. So there you go. I've shared my blood, sweat, and tears over the past 10 days with you. School is really expensive. Actually, Sam is a designer here. We went to school together, and we graduated in the same class. So he's one of my good buddies. Color kind of changed a little bit on the screen, but that's okay. Looks great. So that is kind of like an ideal for me for this short project of like how to present your work in a way where you can feel proud, and maybe this video starts a little late. Is it even playing? There it goes. So like there's a full experience. You have your interactions. All of that is recorded in XD, saving the file, and then bringing them. I use Keynote. You can use XD too. You can totally like make your own frame and make your own. For me, it just made more sense for me to use what the tool I use because I'm just used to that workflow. You can use other design tools like the Adobe has Premiere. You can use Premiere Pro. So yeah, that's something that I would recommend. Is there an advantage to creating separate artboards versus one single artboard for one? That's a great question. And also, I replayed my broadcast. I say a lot. I'm very sorry. This is something new to me, being on screen. I like to separate my content with my different artboards. And for me, it's just a way to like, this looks like a poster, right? Like if I wanted to print this, I could. It separates the work, and then you can just combine it all into one artboard later. I think it's, for me, beneficial to separate it, but it's really up to you. I can't say I have a big preference either way. Also, I do appreciate it when I'm like trying to save people's inspirations and mood boards, and it adds the whole project versus just like one little snippet of it. So I see your point, Cornelian, and you can go either way. Dinar, yes, I will rate your work. I will. I'll go back in and look at it. So that is my project, and I am very happy the way it came out, and it's now on Behance. You can take a look at it now. I'll update it later, and I'll give you that UI kit in a little bit after the day, and that way you can have it for you as a resource. So that's sharing. I want to just dedicate the rest of this time to, let's look at the share tool. This is another thing. I do want to embed my link to my prototype into my experience too. So I will do that as well. And actually, let's do that, just show you really quickly. I'm not gonna like fully post it, but I'm gonna show you how that works. So that was day 8 of my challenge. And so what you do there is you go to share, and then this whole artboard is connected. And so you're able to then update that link if you make updates, but it's already there. So if I click this link, I could just drop this into Behance too and have a clickable prototype, which I will do as well, because I think it's important to have that interaction there. So that way this prototype can then be something that people can use and play with. So that is that. And now let's go into reviewing people's work. Can't wait. So I've chosen, I did have some projects in mind. This one just popped in today, 8:47, and Alexandra has been someone that has been submitting this whole time, and I really, really love the presentation of her work. So thank you so much for submitting. This is day 1 challenge, an interactive calendar. You did your fonts, your colors, very doing diligence to cover like all the aspects of the creative challenge. Joss, thank you. This is my first time doing the creative challenge, and I was super nervous, and you can tell from the first few days, kind of just stumbling a little bit, but picked it up, kept through it. It's all about making yourself uncomfortable, right? This one, day 2, was the air quality. Initially, I had it as an app for an iPad, but we changed it a little bit, and that looks amazing. Her work looks so good. Love the motion. I love the interaction, and it's simple, it's elegant, and it meets all the prompts. I really, really like that project. And then day 3, pushing the concept of food waste in a very, very, very tangible and real way that all of us struggle, is just like our what's in our fridge and when it's gonna go bad. I chose a more abstract approach of like, how can we give leftovers to strangers? So like if Airbnb met with DoorDash, I thought it was fun, but this is really powerful. I love the icon work. Did the neomorphic approach, which is very brave, but did a great job at it. So I think you need to go find a UI UX job right away if you don't already have one, because this is really good stuff. And please go follow her as well. What else we got here? Look, we have some more of the calendar. Thank you for everybody that's being vulnerable and sharing your work, because this is really hard stuff. Antonio has been here, also killing it. Amazing work on your air quality control, and like just very, very rich information on approaching this. Let's zoom out. And this is always tricky. It's like how to fit these like screens. That's why I kind of do the way I do, like a 1080p concept that like lets you focus in. So I would urge you to also check out Behance. Let's go back to 100%. And the daily creative challenge XD Daily Challenge is where you use the hashtag and then you search, find some amazing work. Looks like I had a typo in there, 3 L's. And this is where you find stuff. This is where you find my stuff. I'm going to redo my tile and give you more insight into all my projects. That is all I have for today and for the 2 weeks. It was a pleasure doing all this work with you. You are going to be amazing designers. I know it. Keep on working. And happy Valentine's Day. Have a great day.